real life stuff taken care of first.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you on that. I'm hip. I'm hip. I'm hip. I'm hip like hop.
We in here.
Hey, yo. Oh, you ain't gotta lie now. I'm getting some of my buttons back, man.
Ooh, who's in his bag?
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
I don't. that, that last but I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't even mean to press that button.
That's funny.
I didn't even mean to press that button, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. What's up? Hey, join me on YouTube right now, man. All you gotta do in the chat, type in TAT in the chat. If you type in TAT in the chat on Instagram, I will send you the link directly to the YouTube channel. What's going on, Ali? What's up, Bika? How you feeling, bro? What's going on with you, man?
Duh, I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good. Tired,
Yeah.
but good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a long week. It's been a long day, but it's definitely been a long week. Um, so one of my wins, right? One of the wins for the week is I joined the winner circle today. Yeah, I mean, so I'm in there, starting at ground zero. We tearing away everything that we thought we knew, so we could learn something new.
Come on now.
That's a bar. Don't nobody take that. Don't nobody take that. That's a bar. We tearing away everything we thought we knew, so we can learn something new. Um, I had the pleasure to attend the Pittsburgh Film Awards, sponsored by Netflix. Uh,
Ooh.
yeah, bro, it was a very it was an amazing event. It was super exclusive. It was held at the Pennsylvania. It was, bro, when I tell you there was people from like some of the stars from the show um Mayor of Kingstown was
Mm-hmm.
there. There was a lot of producers, writers, playwriters. I was accompanied by Lorenzo Laboon. Um, Bruh, it was an amazing event. Networking, crazy. So it was and it was just great to be in the building, right? Just to be introduced because there was a couple people that have seen me perform and you know what I mean, just to introduced to people so people could put a name and a face together. So that was crazy. Um, so I told y'all I gave myself till the beginning of April, right? To finish the nutrition part. And I told you I've been grinding, super on track. I am now a certified nutritionist. Finished it already.
Ah, man.
You feel me? Um, I took my test, did my case study the day before yesterday, and I got my email yesterday. So
Bro, you did that
certified
quick, bro.
nutritionist. Yeah, bro. I told you I was grinding, and truth be told, man, fuck nutrition. I don't even know if I want to do it, but but I started it, so I finished, and it feels good to have that up under my belt. Um, I have a school assembly and workshop booked for Thursday. So I will be going into a charter school, working with some student ambassadors, and then performing at their assembly. Hopefully, I can get them up on stage and perform too. So that's the goal is to educate and empower. You know what I mean, the youth. Uh, and bro, it's just been like I said, it's been grinding. We got Thorough Thursday coming up. Um, and bro, I just been on a writing tear. So it's been a lot of work. Been a lot of work.
Yo, my man is literally in his bag out here. Yo, that's man. I'm super happy to hear that. Super excited, man, just to see all of the growth that's happening in real time. You know what I mean? Um, People
I
will be
appreciate
rewarded in public for what they practice for years in private, man. And I think a lot of what we do right now goes unnoticed, but a lot of a lot of it has to go unnoticed because that's the work that nobody wants to talk about. That's the grimy, dirty work that we don't get the applause for.
that. Yeah.
There ain't no
One more
trophies.
thing. one more thing I forgot. So when I got my personal training certification, resume went up. I reached out to a couple places just to see their facilities and just to kind of gain some more knowledge to see if I could like shadow or just, you know what I mean, kind of come in and look and see how they run stuff. Um, there was a really dope gym. It's a JCC here. It's in the Jewish community. They invited me in to come see and talk about maybe, you know what I mean, shadowing on the weekends. I had a conversation with the lady who manages all the trainers. Bro, after a 10-minute conversation and a 10-minute tour, she slid in a 10-minute interview and damn near offered me a position training on the spot.
Ooh, he's in his bag.
Yeah, so like I said, we working.
Ain't nothing like a man with a good little check coming in. God dang it, make you go.
So we working, bro, working.
Come
It
on,
feels
man.
good.
Come
I
on,
appreciate
man.
it. I
Come on, man.
appreciate
Yo,
it.
that's absolutely huge, man. Absolutely huge. So this week has been really, really good. I'll be back in Pittsburgh in April. I'm wrapping up my last couple of weeks for this really big contract and preparing for an opportunity to actually go out and do a presentation for the Title I schools that are going to be here in Maryland and Prince George's County in specific. And so it just feels good, man, to be ahead of the curve a little bit this time around, to be in a better position and being prepared for next school year, because a lot of the money that is going to go into these schools and into these programs, they are going to be funded. They're spending a lot of that money right now. And so there's still a lot of uncertainty in terms of the new administration and as far as how this stuff goes. But there's always going to be money in programming, man, for mentors and people that, come into the school and that needs to come into the school to work with the students. So I'm looking forward to that, as well as professional development, staff development. They got to have staff development. They got to have staff training, not only within the school system, but also with different businesses, different entities. So I'm looking forward to being able to go in and, put my hand in it and in a couple of those different pots. One thing that I've learned is to, not put all your, they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm gonna put all my eggs in one basket though. And then I'm gonna go get some more eggs and put it in another basket.
He said everything I got going here, but I'm gonna go get some more.
I'm gonna go get some more eggs, B.
He's in his bag for real. And shout out to him, because I actually sat in. You did a kind of like a little training seminar on Zoom, but you streamed it on IG, bro. I sat through that whole thing when you talked about how you were gauging kids, when you talked about cost management, when you talked about saving money, bro. I'm telling y'all, even though it's not necessarily for you, it's for you. So if this man is live, understand there's gems being dropped. There's gems. You know what I mean? He talked about cost assessment versus what you can afford, how you're getting kids, and you know what I mean, as far as learning as you go, you know what I'm saying, being honest with kids, engagement, bro. I'm telling you, it was gold.
Absolutely, man. And that's one of the huge things that a lot of people that the more authentic that you can be with your audience, the more likely they are to relate to you. And so definitely do that. What's up, Mom? We on YouTube right now, so you can come over to YouTube if you want to. All right, let's get into it, man. We got a couple of things on tap. I actually just put this latest video into the chat, but let's go ahead and present the screen. Let's go ahead and share it with the family, and let's see what we talking about.
Bye. Go, no, this way. Go right around the gate. You better not be crying when you get here. What we working on today?
Double play.
And what else? Turn into. Run. Sprint. Get back. What do we work on today?
Double play.
And what else?
Turn into.
Thank you very much. It's important to listen and not just be out here. You have to listen. You want to play this game and you want to be good. but you don't want to listen. You understand?
Yes, sir.
It's important to listen. That's why I keep making you do this stuff over and over again, so that way you know it. So even though it's aggravating right now, when you get to the field when it's game time, you're gonna know all this stuff and nobody else gonna know it. You got it?
Yes, sir.
What does IQ mean?
Baseball knowledge.
You understand me?
Yes, sir.
All right. You just gotta learn to listen. You did a good job today, but you have to learn to listen and remember what's being taught. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Look at man.
Run around the field. Bye.
Man, listen, can we just like can we clap it up for good parenting, please, man? Let me tell y'all, it is so important today not to just chastise the kids, but to let them know the reasons why we're doing it and then embrace them after.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being hard on your kids. There's nothing wrong with getting
Especially
in their
boys.
ass, especially boys. Right. And they need a healthy balance of them both. Hey, look, I'm gonna get up in your ass and I'm gonna, but I'm also
gonna love on you.
I'm gonna love on you too.
I'm gonna love on you.
Yeah, you can't just be out. This is the essence of, you need to understand the reason why, right? Because a lot of kids don't like school because they don't know the reason why I have to go to school. Why do I got to go to school? Why I got to do this? Why I got to do this? I'm telling you why you got to do it. You want to be the best. You want to play this sport. You want to be better than everybody, right? If you want to be better than everybody, what you need to understand is what everybody else doesn't want to understand, or what they won't take the time to understand. The better you can get at taking the time to help your kids understand the reasons behind the things that they are doing and that you are requiring of them, the better kids that you'll raise, man. What's your thoughts?
No, I love it because it seems tough at first. You know what I mean? Everybody has different language for their kids, depending on what kind of kids you have, depending on your relationship, depending on what you're actually trying to teach them. There's different language, but in its essence, I think, especially for Black boys, a good balance of tough love and nurturing it's invaluable, because it soft men create hard times. Hard men create easy times. But a healthy balance will help you navigate both. So when I say both, I mean hard and easy times, so that you're not left lacking, right? Because tears are something that's going to come, especially in this world with Black men. It's just going to happen. He has to understand that, like, just because he cries about something, it doesn't get him out of the responsibility that he has to understand and perform, right? Because as men, we don't get that luxury. Being scared or being in pain or being hurt or being upset to the point of inaction is not a luxury that we have, right? So I know it tears a parent up to see their kids cry, but to be able to be like, "No, you want to run," and it's not he didn't do it in such a malicious way to where, you know what I'm saying, he tore down the kid. Everything that he did will help the kid. You running laps does nothing but help your endurance. And then when you get back, now you got to be able to think clear. Even though you're emotional, you got to be able to think clear. Jeff, how many times have you been on a basketball court and something go wrong and you get pissed, but you still got to be able to think clear and play?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? There's so many different lessons in here that a lot of people won't get because they just see yelling at a kid crying. And it's just like, this is the recipe for life, for real, when it comes to men.
Bro, you just brought up a great point that I wanted to talk about that I completely forgot about last week. But what you said, do you think sports is creating any unemotional men?
No,
And the
I think
disconnect?
I think if anything, sports are the only place, like, we don't flinch when we see a football player crying. We watch people in the NFL cry all the time, and nobody says he's soft. Nobody says if anything, it just goes to show you that a lot of times emotion is only accepted in specific realms, but with like-minded people. Like, if one of my homies start crying over something that's really going on in his life, I don't see him as weak. But a lot of times, if we were to go outside and something happened and we just start breaking down, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people would look at us like, "Yo, he's soft. What are you crying for?" We don't have that space. When people understand how dear something is to us, we see how hard you work or how precious it is. And then the emotion around it is understood, right? We don't get that grace, we don't get that leeway in anywhere else, right?
Yeah. So here, let me tell you why I pose this question, because in sports, it's always you have to learn how to compartmentalize in sports.
Facts.
You can't be too upset about a play that didn't go your way. You almost have to have and develop short-term memory. And
Right,
because of
right, right.
that, like I started to think like, man, I wonder how that affected me in regards to relationships, and how I have to have how I've been able to compartmentalize because of sports. And now I've developed this ability to compartmentalize, and it's always like next play, next play, next play, next play. And sometimes in relationships, is it next relationship, next relationship, next relationship, right? Because like if this one didn't work out, well, I can just go to the next one, right? Like it's like a play for me. You know what I'm saying? Like this woman didn't work out. All right, let me go to the next one. This one didn't work out. All right, let me go to the next one. Like,
I think so. I get what you're saying. I think it's a little bit more broad in the sense of a relationship is the actual game, right? So
okay.
in order to win the game, sometimes you do got to compartmentalize. Sometimes you do have to pick your battles. You know what I mean? Depending on certain situations. As men, there's times where we might be like, hey, this don't make sense, or it does make sense, or I might have to check myself and be like, yo, I'm really, really pissed right now. But is it a me thing? Am I mad for something that has to do with me and has nothing to do with her? I gotta have a short-term memory so that I can
Hmm.
get past this situation for the betterment of us, which is winning the game, right? And if that game
Mm,
doesn't go well, then it's okay to cry in the locker room. Ain't nobody gonna fault you. We lost the game. AKA, I got a minute to cry. Your boys will be like, hey, bro, the relationship didn't work out, marriage didn't work out. It's cool to cry. Now, once you got that out, now you have to get back and get ready for the next game, right? But
hmm.
play by play, yes, sometimes you got to compartmentalize, and you can exercise your frustrations later. Like, so say you miss a tackle or you miss a shot, you got to play the rest of it, you know what I'm saying, until somebody call timeout. Coach might take you out for a second and you might be on the bench and be frustrated, but that's okay because you're not in the game right now. You can exercise your frustration, but once he put you back in the game, you got to have a clear mind. So if we got an argument in a relationship, I might need to take a timeout. I might need to take a break so that I can come back and with a clear mind and do what I need to do so we can win, as because we on the same team. But as far as the whole totality of the game goes, I feel like no, you should have that emotional space every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
even if the coach see you got a bad call, he might be like, "All right, take a breather. Yeah, I understand you pissed. You should be pissed, but take a breather because we still need you." You
Right.
know what I mean? And I think that's the plight of men where it says where it's like, yo, you have emotions and you have to feel you do get to feel your emotions, but they have to be timed. They have to be in the right space in the right time. You don't get to snap out in the middle of a game.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that. You know what I mean? Everybody else on the planet does, but as men in charge of other people, we cannot be emotional to the point of inaction or bad action because other people have consequences for our actions.
I like that. You in your bag right now. You in your
That
bag
look,
right now, bro. He in his bag. He's talking spicy tonight, y'all. Talking
look.
spicy tonight.
If it's a little heavy, tell a friend. They'll help you.
All right, let's see what they talking
Exactly
about.
how the fall of man. I learned a lot about women. I think I learned exactly how the fall of man occurred in the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, and Adam said one day, "Wow, Eve, here we are, one with nature, one with God. We'll never age, we'll never die, and all our dreams come true the instant that we have them." And Eve said, "Yeah, it's just not enough, is it?" Wow. That's not funny. I was just waiting for more. So that was kind of funny. That's kind of what he was saying.
Mm. Okay, what's your thoughts on it?
I think no, honestly, I put that in there just as a joke because it was funny. It was funny because she didn't even realize she proved the point of the video, right? Um, and I don't think all women are like this. I don't even think the majority of women are like this. But there is a thing now where um it kind of relates back to you heard the story of the man store, right? We actually did that on here like probably like
Yeah,
2 years ago, right? It reminded me of that. Like, okay, there's a you know what I'm
the
saying?
husband
There's
store, and the men
the
just get
husband
better.
store, right? You know what I'm saying? Every
Each
floor gets
floor.
better, you know what I mean? And women just keep going up, and then it was the last floor is like this floor is just to prove that you're never satisfied. And I like I said, I don't think that that's the majority of women in the slightest, but I do think there are some people. I'm not even gonna say men or women. I think there are some people that see something they like, enjoy it, level out, and then they're looking for that 20 to their 80, right? And then get that 20, build it to 80, and then move on to the next person that has the 20 that doesn't have the 80 doesn't have. And
Yeah,
then continues to build. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people who are just there are people that are like that. Um
always looking for that better thing. You know what I mean? And that's why, man, I love that song "Love Yours" by J. Cole, because he talks about that. There's always going to be a crib out there bigger than yours. Always going to be a girl out there better than yours. Always going to be a job out there better than the one that you had. Like there's always going to be more. And I mean, even the richest people in the world, they still go to work because they I mean, I don't know if it's they want to make more money or they love what it is that they do. I'm sure it's probably a combination of both.
right.
But there's always going to be more. You know what I mean? Not at many of us won't make it to be the richest man or woman in the world. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Many of us
yeah.
won't make it there. So, there's always going to be, levels to it. And so I think a lot about life is about finding your peace and finding your balance in terms of what you like, what you love, what you enjoy. All right, let's get into this. Is forgiveness due for everyone, even when they make mistakes as a young person?
People because she doesn't like Mondays has been denied parole after spending.
Hold on. Dang, my bad. Because I want y'all to hear the whole video.
Schoolgirl who shot 11 people because she doesn't like Mondays has been denied parole after spending nearly 50 years in prison. In 1979, 16-year-old Brenda Spencer entered Grover Cleveland Elementary School and shot 11 people. She killed Principal Burton Ragg and custodian Mike Sucker, while injuring 8 students and 1 police officer. When asked why she committed this heinous crime, she said she was bored and didn't like Mondays. Spencer was charged as an adult and sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. She's been eligible for parole since 1993, but has been denied release 6 different times. She will be allowed to apply for parole again in 2028. Do you think she deserves parole? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Mm. Mm. Does she deserve parole after 50 years? Went
See,
into
the
the
thing
school,
about
shot up the school, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
the thing about it is, right? I think we treat this like as like when I say we, I mean us
Society.
as a society, right? I think we treat stuff like this as one big crime as opposed to 11 different crimes. Because if I kill somebody, I get 25 to life. And if I get out again and kill somebody, I get another 25 to life. If I get out and kill somebody again, I'm never getting out. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just not gonna happen. Now, mind you, she was an adolescent at the time. I don't think that forgiveness means letting her out. You know what I mean? Like, and this might be the spiritual part of me, because, and you know what I'm saying, if you don't know by now, I believe in God. I have a very strong faith. So forgiveness for me is automatically given, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of things that I've done in the eyes of God that shouldn't be forgiven, but is. So if I'm going to be true to my walk, forgiveness is something that you work at and you can give, right? But that's more so for you. As far as her as a person, she needs psychiatric help, because nobody kills a bunch of people because they don't like Mondays. Garfield just stayed inside and ate lasagna. Like, I don't know what
Not
was wrong.
Garfield.
I'm just saying that's the only other person, or the other cat, that like really hated Mondays that much. Like, I don't think none of us like Mondays because it's the start of the work week. But I ain't about to murder my principal over it. You know what I'm saying? I might just skip school. You know what I mean? So like, for you to really hate it that much, I feel like there's something mentally wrong, and I don't think prison is as much as they want to say that jail and prison is rehabilitation, it's not. Therapy in there is mandatory. Group session, I mean, I'm not mandatory. They're
Voluntary.
optional. They're voluntary. They're optional. They're not mandatory. They should be. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But I think that there's something psychologically wrong with her, that it's really not about, oh, this person was sane, had a crime of passion, or just made a mistake. There's a chemical imbalance that just sitting in a cell is not going to fix. So no, don't let her out because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I'm saying? If you take a rabid dog and put it in a cage for 10 years or 50 years, it's still gonna be a rabid dog unless you treat it. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that's not fixing the problem. The problem is there's something wrong. So don't let her out. Y'all need to treat the problem if y'all want her to fix her, or just leave her there until Jesus can deal with her.
Yeah, man. This is a tough one, man. And I think in life we make decisions. And at that age that she was at, 10, 11, 12 years old, 13 years old,
She was 16,
she was sick.
15, 15.
She can't unequivocally say she did not know that this was wrong. She can't. I don't think she can say that without hesitation. I didn't know that this was wrong, and I didn't. You know what I mean? And I think honestly, you have to you have to deal with that. And unfortunately, it comes with a hefty sentence. Charlemagne the God talks all the time about doing jail math, and you got to
Mm-hmm.
do the jail math for these crimes that you are committing. If you ain't, and we've all heard that saying, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That ain't just some little catchy saying. That like this is actually real. And when I look at a lot of the young men that I work with on a weekly basis now, one of the things that we talked about this week is that your story is worth millions. Each one of you all, each one of these young men, your story is worth millions if you write it the correct way. You know, the story that ain't worth shit. The story that ain't worth shit is, oh yeah, he goes in, he comes out for about, he does like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. He comes out and he doesn't do anything with his life and he becomes an absolute bum. That story ain't worth shit. You know what else ain't worth shit? He comes out for a couple of years, he does something dumb, he goes right back in. He comes out for a couple of years, he does something dumb again, he goes right back in. That story ain't worth shit. Nobody is profiting off of that story except for the millionaires and the billionaires who invest in prison systems. That's the story that we've seen too many times. We've seen this story so many times that nobody cares about this story. Nobody cares about your story. Nobody cares about your struggle, about your sorrow. As much as people feel empathy for your story, not many people can change the way or are willing to change the way your story is ultimately going to be read or viewed when it's all said and done. The only person that has the ability to change your story is you. So if you don't change your stories so that it actually means something, like Wallow did, like Gilly did, like the Wall Street
Yeah,
Trapper did, like the guy
bro,
from
they had
Pursuit
a
of
crazy
Happiness,
story.
crazy
They had a
story, bro.
I was listening to the
Shannon
I
Sharp.
was listening, yeah, and he was saying, he was like, yeah, I called my grandma and told her like me and my brother sharing a cell, and she was like, that's nothing to brag about. She said she go to church and everybody bragging on her grandsons, and she had to be quiet because you know what I mean. He's like, I felt proud that I was sharing a cell with my brother, and my dad was in here, and she couldn't say nothing because that's nothing to brag about.
That's
But
and it
you
became
know what I mean,
generational incarceration.
right? But
Everybody talks
I
about
think
generational wealth.
right, but incarceration is real too. You know what I mean? I knew a guy. He was like, "Yeah, I shared a cell with my dad, bro. It was kind of cool." And I'm like, "That,
There ain't a
I'll
goddamn thing
die
about that
before I
cool,
ever hear my son say that. I'll
bruh,
no, you're
bruh.
crazy." But
Yeah,
I can understand where he was coming from in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, all right, cool. I messed up. He messed up. But at least now we got each other and we could keep each other on point. But I think it's something to be said about people who are not neurotypical, right? Because dealing with people who are not neurotypical, a lot of times we think in a specific way, and we're like, there's no way you don't know this. This is common sense. But
yeah,
sometimes the way people's brain is wired, their reality is different. Like, not saying that they think different, their literal reality is different. And even in the small doses that I've dealt with it, right? It has caused a major shift in how I see certain things and how I react to certain people because we all don't think the same. Even neurotypical people don't think the same. Um, and it comes to a point where it's like, how do you not know? But there are times where I talk to people and people look at me like, how you don't know this? And I'm just like, yo, my reality, the way I live is very, very different. You know what I mean? Like I can, for instance, I can walk through Homewood in the middle of the night and feel completely fine. And for people who are watching who don't know Homewood is not a great place here, right? This is the place that people tuck their chains. White people don't go after a certain time. Cops are there, but everything is militaried out when you roll through the neighborhood. I could walk through Homewood really fine. I'm comfortable, right? Put me in Upper St. Clair at 11:30 at night. I'm nervous. People were like, "Oh, it's just a bunch of white people out having a good time." I'm nervous
that's where you
because
should
one
be the
person
most
says
nervous.
something and my life can be changed for. I'm nervous, but that's my reality. You see
Hmm.
what I'm saying? That's my reality. I've grown out of that type of thinking, but at one point in time, that was a very real reality to me. There, you can't. If you've ever seen the movie Crash, if you've ever seen the movie Crash with Ludacris, bro, you'll understand. But when you think about people who are neurotypical and the way they think, it's a lot of people don't know that they're not neurotypical or neurodivergent until they're diagnosed or somebody tells them because their reality is just different. So for somebody to be like, "Oh, I hate Mondays," so I go into a school and I just let loose. She might have just been like, "This is the way I just express my anger," and everybody should understand. Not to say that it's right or even feasible to understand or feasible to accept, but I don't take learning what I learned. I don't take anything away from anybody. You could have just been. There's people who hear voices and do stuff and be like, "I thought this was completely normal." It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, bro. All right, let's get into the next one. So a lot we've seen a lot of different videos about moms not wanting, the new woman to do their daughter's hair. Let's look at this from the dad's perspective. Let's see what happens.
Should I say all boys?
That ain't not shit. That's my motherfucking son.
World Star.
Oh no.
That's my motherfucking son. You don't got no business. Hey, barbershop. I told you that. I told you that shit. 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 It's your first time.
Hey, let me go ahead, call this mama real quick, and you go ahead and get to the bottom.
Are you go ahead and do that? And she better say the right shit, because if she don't, I'm about to get you swinging in this. Oh, God. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
I'm trying to help you, man.
Yo. Ass not answering the phone, huh? Ass probably whoever I thought ass.
Hey, bro.
Man,
Like I told you,
get him out your face.
Yeah, that's my motherfucking son. That's my motherfucking son. You want to be wrestling with so motherfucking bad. You want to be wrestling with so bad. What you doing? We got this hell.
Hey, bro, you going to them. Hey, bro.
I need all this other
Hey, she said I answered the phone.
Hey, bro, all right. I'm really showing you. Going to them.
Yeah, all right. Oh, out here. Hey,
like I said, watch your mouth for the time.
ain't your motherfucking son.
Hold on. Hey, Keisha.
Keisha.
Hey, Keisha. Hey, see up in here trying to take time with him.
What?
You ain't there nowhere until you pay your child support.
What? Child support? That little bitty ass shit. I can pay that shit right now on God.
Do it then. Hey, take that outside, man.
Hey, Keisha gonna really let this disrespect me in front of my mother son? Talk that ass?
Oh, man.
Oh no.
Hey, call that. Hey, I'm getting my motherfucking son. We going. Hey, Mike, I appreciate you, but I need my son. I need my son. Hey, let's wrap this shit up. I need my son, man.
All right, so first and foremost, this looked very staged, and the reason that I'm going to say it was super staged is because there's no way that a 5-year-old, 6-year-old child is sitting there that calm when his dad is that irate. He's going to be crying. If he's not crying, that's extremely scary, because now that means this is normal. And
that's what I was about to say.
And we can see why you not with Keisha no more. And that the name Keisha further alludes to the fact that this is probably staged, because ain't no way her name was Keisha. Ain't no way her name was Keisha, bro. There's no way. But so that's my thoughts on the totality of the video. As far as the situation goes, take that nigga to go get his haircut, bro. I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying for it.
I was about to be like, bruh, I don't understand why this nigga's so mad. Not unless the kid had like long hair and then he cut it. But that's not what it looked like. Like I was trying to see if
baby
like,
dreads
like,
and a little fade on the side.
Yeah, I'm like, did he? You know what I'm saying? What am I missing? But some people just like to pop off, which is why I'm like, hey, when it come to certain things, you gotta handle your baby's dad, because
I'm with you, Destiny.
You understand, and this is one of the things that I try and convey to women, not in a sexist way, but a lot of times when we're like, hey, well, we're going to accept you and we're going to accept your children, we're accepting any situation that comes with that. Because say that's real, right? And you're like, hey, kid, babe, can you take Junior to get his hair cut? Da, da, da. And I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. Come on, little buddy. We about to go get a haircut.
Not little buddy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just a little buddy. And then, you know what I'm saying? Baby's dad shows up. If he decided to swing on me, your love for me is not going to save nothing. Now I got to defend you, your son, and myself. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like this is a situation, and people don't play about their kids.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like he liable to light up that whole barbershop. If he's really a crash out like that, he liable to light up the whole barbershop about his son. which is
Mhm.
now my stepson, which now we both love him, but I understand, yeah, you the father, you present. You know what I mean? Me, I'm not about to have no relationship with my wife's son's father like that. We gonna work the shit out so that this kid grows up in a good environment. But like you can't you can't dictate how people act. So when that happens, you got to be ready for war. You got to be ready for whatever comes. And I mean, I think homie handled it fairly decent. He was just like, "Hey, bro, I ain't trying to do all of that, da da da." But still, I think that dude was way too irate for a haircut. Yeah, you're doing too much,
Bro,
bro.
bro was way too irate for a haircut, man.
You're doing way too much. Hair grows
Yeah.
back. You know what I'm saying? And then you're not even setting a good example for your son. Like you look wild. You know what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
recording this, you're gonna lose visitation rights. Then I'm really gonna be his daddy. Then I'm really getting his hair cut whenever I want to. You know what I'm saying? You just not you ain't doing the jail math, bro.
He's definitely not doing the jail math. Ain't no way. And in any other math, he definitely ain't doing. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be like, shit, you can take this nigga. I don't give a fuck. Take him. He right there.
Really? Who worried about the police? And so?
So I came to visit my
Like,
ex-wife.
and?
So what? So what?
No.
We was friends once upon a time.
Did you tell
What
me about it? Did you tell me about it? She's just the ex-wife. I'm the wife. I'm the one that's supposed to be here. Who told you to come up here? Huh? Where you going? Why are you running? Why you running? What? Yeah. Yes, you are. No, you're going to stop and you're going to talk to me about this because you're supposed to be in the studio. That's what you told me. You were supposed to be. My best friend had to call me and tell me you was up here at the hospital. Yeah, I got eyes everywhere, sir. Yeah. Yeah. No, sir. I don't think so. Yeah. Okay.
She could have. Anything happens, she's gonna be safe or not.
And when were you supposed to tell me? I don't care what's going on with her. You ain't tell me nothing. You didn't tell me anything. All right. You sure right. All right. Well, you can sleep here at the hospital. Don't come home. Don't come home. Yeah. Don't come home. Nobody playing with you.
Ooh. So he goes to go visit the ex-wife at the hospital, didn't tell his wife. He said, I'm going to the stew, but he went to the hoss. I mean, studio and hospital sound similar. She could have heard wrong.
No, I'm on her side, bro. Aside from her swinging at him, I'm on her side. Anything you say to your wife, if it ain't, if you even if you were visiting, like what you visiting the ex-wife in the hospital. Hey, it is what it is. You had love for her. I don't know if y'all got kids or not, but bottom line is, if you feel like you need to lie about it, you wrong.
It's only cheating because he got caught.
Nah, you wrong. Fuck all that. You wrong. Because if you was okay with it, what you lying for? If it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And if you felt like it should be okay, but your spouse gonna be crazy about it, then now you gotta do some assessments. You gotta be who's more important in this situation? You know what I'm saying? Which one are you okay with losing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's really what it comes down to. And if you're okay with losing your wife over your ex-wife, then by all means, then you made the right decision. But if you know that your ex-wife is going to understand that, like, hey, I can't come around you because I got a new wife. Wish you the best, but my wife is my main priority.
Yeah,
That's what you need to be doing. And then furthermore, like, honestly, I wouldn't even want my ex who's remarried to come see me, because then I'm gonna be like, what the fuck was you doing when we was married? I don't trust. I can't, bro. I can't. So yeah, bro, dead wrong. Bro, dead wrong, because that's karma. Because now, if she do forgive you, now you're gonna be wondering if she trying to get her lick back. Now she not gonna trust you, even when you are doing right. It's just not a good look, bro. There's so many underlying factors to those consequences that you might as well just call it quits.
Yeah, you definitely might as well just call it quits. It's much easier to be truthful and be honest in that situation. If you felt compelled enough to go, I would rather you just err on the side of just being honest and being truthful about your feelings. And maybe that's the type of person that you are, and that's why your new wife loves you so much, because you are that caring person. And it would be easier for you to just say, babe, such and such went into the hospital. I just, I wanted to pay my respects and go and visit her. What's your thoughts on it? And listen, can she get mad? Yeah, for sure. Because, she might be like, oh, well, why are you even thinking about her? Anything like that. But, again, that could just be who you are. That could just be, your heart, the heart that you have. And she'd probably say, I'd feel more comfortable if we went together, because I'm not about to let you just go up in this joint and relight this fire. You know what I mean? This spark that y'all had between y'all. So there's no way that I would go. There's no way that I would lie about it, and there's no way that I would go there alone. I'd probably pose, hey, babe, would you mind coming with me to the hospital? I just want to pay my respects. You know what I'm saying? Just I don't know, get her a teddy bear from the gift shop or something like that. I don't know. You know what I mean? But if I gotta lie about it, then it's not something that I feel like I should be doing. And then from there, now it's about everything that you say going forward. Is she going to start questioning where you say you going? She want to look at the location, all of these different things. Like, it's better that you just be honest about those things up front, as opposed to lying and then getting caught on the back end. That makes it 10 times worse, because you got caught. Now, if you get away with it, count your days. But I would rather be honest.
I would have even ventured to say, like, even if you do make a bad decision, because what I'm saying, nobody's perfect, right? Even if you do make a bad decision, preemptive strike, like, be like, hey, you know what, babe? Listen, I'm not at the studio. I'd be mad, but I'd trust you, because there's a difference between transparency and honesty, right? Like, if you could tell me, you know what I'm saying, like, all right, cool. You know what? I made a mistake. This is what happened. You know what I'm saying? I might be in my feelings, but it would secure my trust, because trust isn't built on feelings, for real. Trust is built on results and actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, we earn trust by making sure that people know that, you know what I'm saying, we solid. You know what I mean? And you could be solid and still make me mad. You know what I'm saying? But there's no question if you're solid or not. My emotion I'll get over that. My trust in you will remain, because you were honest, right? And you were transparent. But yeah, just being like, yeah, I'm going to the studio. Wow, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to the hospital. Yeah, no, you wrong, bro. You might as well sleep at the hospital.
I was going ahead, sleep at that hospital, man. Make that cot extra cozy.
Right. And even at that, he tried to justify it. Like, there's one, even that, when you caught, just be like, all right, you know what? Jig is up. You right. And just take whatever's coming. Take it.
Yeah.
But like, justifying it, yeah, bro. I don't fuck with that.
Ain't gonna work, partner. All right, man. You ever had beef with a baby?
Briefly.
You ever had beef with a baby? Let's go over beefing with a baby.
No, let's be rational. Hold on. You want to be rational? No. Don't tell me what the fuck I do. Let's be rational. We are in a fucking tin can with a baby in a goddamn echo chamber, and you want to talk to me about being fucking okay?
Okay, because you're young.
So is the baby.
Okay, so you're a man.
Did that motherfucker pay extra to you?
Okay.
No. Shut up. Fuck you and shut up. I don't give a fuck. You were sitting there and watching that motherfucking baby cry for 40 minutes. This shit didn't have nothing to do with nothing.
Okay.
Fuck blowing that baby's voice.
Okay. I did. It's all good. What happened? I'm sorry, y'all.
Or
He need to be in the jail with that lady that was in there for 50 years. The one that got the one that's fuck is wrong with people, bro? What is wrong with people?
So look, I'm not gonna lie. If that baby was crying for 45 minutes, you need to do something. I need you take the baby to the bathroom and close the door.
Listen. I'm not saying he did not have a right to be angry. Be angry at the wrong person.
Who should he be angry at?
The mother or the father, whoever was with the baby. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I don't have kids, okay? But I've been around kids. Sometimes nothing you do works. If you don't understand how airplanes work, there's a lot of pressure in that plane to make sure that it stays pressurized. Babies' eardrums are a lot more sensitive than ours. So while we're feeling fine, that baby could be in pain. 45 minutes of somebody. Imagine if somebody stuck a Q-tip swab too far deep in your ear and just held it there for 45 minutes. You're not going to be quiet. It happens. It's annoying as fuck. It's outlandish. But it's a baby. You ain't nothing you can do about that. A baby's gonna cry. Baby, he don't know nothing but, hey, I'm in pain. I'm yelling. Somebody help me. You see what I'm saying? So that guy, that grown ass man being angry at that baby is understandable, but not justified. Okay? His actions are not justified. His feelings are valid. His actions are not.
His feelings are valid. His actions are not justified. Yeah, maybe try to get him some headphones. That's why, like when I fly, man, I make sure I have headphones, noise canceling headphones, for that particular reason. Because if I need to drown out a baby, if I need to drown out noise or anything like that, I have the ability to do that. And yeah, he did call the baby a MFer. Which
He said, "Did that motherfucker pay extra to cry, bitch? Who is you paying? Who is you talking to?"
Hey, that laugh in the background was so warranted. Like, hey, I feel him. He handled it the wrong way, but I feel him.
I listen.
I feel him.
I'd have punched that dude when we got off the plane.
Here's the thing, though, man. You know that y'all know that that's a federal crime. If they call the police to have you meet the police officer when you land, bro, that's a federal crime and jail time. Don't do nothing stupid on an airline. That is a federal crime, and you are going straight to trial.
Where was the air marshal? Because you know they'd be on there in plain clothes.
Yeah, they definitely be on the air. They definitely be on the airplane in plain clothes. I don't know where the air marshal was, because I'm pretty sure almost every flight has them. But I feel him. But yeah, he just you got to think, man. You got to start doing that jail math again.
Right.
For real, you got to do that jail math like that. Like I can't, like, as much as I hate that this baby is crying, boy, I love my freedom. I don't want to be in a cell crying like this goddamn baby for 45 days versus dealing with this baby for 45 minutes. And if you could hear, I don't know if you could, but the baby was still crying while he was yelling. I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, it's certainly valid feelings, but I just think, man, life is about the way you handle these type of situations, and you got to handle these situations with some dignity and with some sense. All right, you can't be going crazy, crashing out on the airplane. The airplane is the last place where you want to crash out, because it will come with some extreme consequences. So if
So
y'all on an airplane with a crying baby, man, make sure y'all get some headphones. Shout out to the Beats headphones. Walmart got them for $100. And they're fire. $100, man. $100 for these bad boys. Beat Studio 3s.
They're gonna be in my Amazon wish list, y'all.
Go get them. Go get them. All right, y'all. It is 9:01. We appreciate y'all for joining us, man, on Let's Talk About It Tuesday. Thank y'all so much. Everybody that came in, stayed. Everybody that came in, had to go cook some dinner for the fam. We feel it. We appreciate it. Man, it don't cost y'all nothing to subscribe. Make sure that you all are subscribed. For those of you all who want to get into the winner circle, make sure y'all come in here, man, so that we can actually start taking some action on all of the stuff that we are doing. It's time for you to take action. It's time for you to level up. Y'all know my motto. It's always stay in your bag. So you never got to chase a bag. And as always, my man Mike Smalls is going to take us out.
Y'all, this was amazing. And definitely get in the winner circle. I had one session and I'm already hooked. And this is not a promo. This is just me being real, right? So with that being said, man, make sure y'all are following us on all the platforms. Backpack Jeff, Save Your Senses. It costs nothing to follow, subscribe. But if you put a $sign behind it, we're going to make sure it's multiplied. And with that being said, we love all y'all because y'all deserve to be loved. Progress don't start until you feel like you should stop. And ignorance can't exist if you have Save Your senses, because knowledge is a choice. Feeling is a privilege. Holla at y'all in a minute. Deuces.